When you've added a new case to OpenFIT, the next screen you will see is the Add Client screen. The first option you have is to add an existing client who is already in the OpenFIT system to the case. The next option below that is to add a new client. This allows you to add a new client to the system and is the most common option when you start out using OpenFIT. To search for an existing client, click the down arrow to the right of the field. A list of clients already in the system will appear. As you use the system more and more, and the list gets longer, you can also search for existing clients by typing in the first 2 or 3 letters of their name into the text box. To create a new client, click on the plus sign under the new client label. The fields below will change from grey to white, signaling that you can now enter the new client's details. As with creating a new case, you are first asked to create a client number. This is the reference number that your agency assigns to this new client. This will generally be on the paperwork you have available for this client or in the client record system. It's important to add a client number here so you can later on easily link the client feedback details that you have in OpenFIT to the client notes you have for this client. If you do not have a client number, we suggest you create a simple client number using the client's initials and the date the client was added to the case. If you have a filing system where the client and case number are the same, it's okay to use the same number that you used for the case number. Next, you enter the client's first name and last name. You can then enter the client's month and year of birth. This is used to assign the appropriate feedback measures for the client and the cut-off scores. It's important that this is entered correctly, as children and young people get different feedback measures and cut-off scores from adults. You can type it in directly, selecting the month from the year with a comma and a space. Alternatively, you can use the date picker by selecting the calendar on the right. You can click back 1 year at a time, or you can click on the year and you will then be able to scroll back 10 years at a time. Next, you add the client's gender. If you wish to add a collaterator to this case, then click Next to continue. If you do not wish to add a collaterator, simply click Save and Exit to return to the case and client list screen.